Hey all, here OS Reviews. You're watching our hands-on review of the Mixcder E7. These are a pair of active noise canceling wireless Bluetooth headphones over-ear style that sell for $60. So they're competing with other relatively inexpensive ANC Bluetooth headphones from brands like Bluetooth, Hohen, and other up-and-coming Chinese brands. Battery life here is rated at 20 hours in Bluetooth mode. If you have ANC turned on along with Bluetooth, it will last you 18 hours on a single charge, which is about average, a little bit better than average. It charges up in under 2 hours, so battery performance is decent. It gets you a 40mm driver, which is relatively large. So inside we have a hardshell carrying case, and opening this up, we have just the headphones inside. We'll take a closer look in a second. There's also the aforementioned auxiliary cable if you want to use it as a wired headset, along with micro USB cable for charging, and a quick user guide / instruction manual. Taking a closer look at the design first, they definitely resemble more expensive headphones, and for the most part, they are fairly sleek and unassuming. There's not too much branding going on, it's not too flashy or over the top. Construction quality is made predominantly out of plastic, so it doesn't have the most premium feel in the world. However, the band itself, once you stretch it up, does have some metal accents on it, which means the moving parts themselves should last you a little bit longer. There's also kind of precise cutouts for adjusting, again, the headband size, which I do appreciate, and kind of reminds me of the Bluetooth T6 turbines that we just checked out a few days ago. Overall, the cup sizes are very large, as you can tell, so they're definitely over your style, and they cover your ears very comfortably, providing some natural noise isolation, in addition to the active noise canceling component, which is done through software. The headband on top here features the Mixcder logo. Padding feels all right. And again, the cups here are made out of plastic, as you can kind of tell from the edges here. So some of these corners here could maybe be improved in terms of just making the quality seem a little higher if they wanted to produce a next generation model. You can kind of see the plastic underneath. But otherwise, we have an LED status light that tells you if it's turned on. It's blue once it's paired. There's a micro USB port for charging, dedicated volume keys, which are oversized and very tactile to click on. There's also a power on-off switch that you can tap on for a few seconds longer to enter the pairing mode for the first time. Other side features the auxiliary port and the dedicated ANC switch, which is actually a very good feature. It means you can turn on ANC independent of using Bluetooth or even listening to music for that matter. You can have the headphones turned off and simply have ANC on if you're on a plane and you want to just drown out the engine sound and just fall asleep without listening to anything. So let's move into the audio quality and performance next. So first of all, in terms of the connectivity, I did find that the range was around 10 meters, 33 feet, and the nice thing here is there's almost no latency, which is a huge improvement compared to past low-cost Bluetooth headphones. When I tried playing and pausing the track very quickly and scrubbing between parts of the video I was watching on YouTube, the sound, caught up to the video and was synced almost perfectly. When it comes to the quality itself, it has a very open sound. What I mean by that is the sound is very three-dimensional. So if you're watching a movie, such as an action sequence, and you see a bullet that's flying across the film, you can kind of hear it as it's moving from the left to the right and then slowly transitioning, moving even to the back of your head, to the front of your head. So it's, again, very surround sound-like, and that is, again, very impressive. So that gives you almost kind of an open experience, even though these are still closed-back headphones. Now the cushions themselves are very comfortable, but they don't actually give you the tightest seal in the world, so that also kind of contributes to that open effect, where when I was first putting these on and listening to a few tracks, I almost thought, wow, the sound has to be coming out of a speaker, it has to be actually happening in front of me. I took the headphones off and then realized indeed they were coming out of these. So it does have a very interesting kind of sound stage that feels quite wide and, again, very open sounding, which I appreciate. On the downside, the bass is not the strongest on these. In fact, I do find them to be a little bit lacking. Even when I was playing back some bass boosted tracks, I didn't really hear or feel the bass too much. So if you are a bass head, you're listening to a lot of EDM music, that's one area where I think you'll be disappointed and maybe find better results elsewhere. But as far as mids and highs, instrumentals, classical, pop music, it all sounds very good. Finally, the ANC functions all right. I would say it's definitely not as effective as more expensive headphones by Bose or headphones in the $200 to $300 range. You'll get a larger percentage of noise blocked out. However, if you're sitting in a plane, it still blocks out, I would say, 90% of the engine sounds. In addition, if you are in an office environment, it can still block out the fan noise of a computer. So it can definitely allow you to listen to music in more comfort, as well as just rest in more comfort if you aren't listening to music. So it's a nice feature. It's not going to be the most effective in the world, but it does work. That's more or less it for our hands-on review of the Mixcder E7 active noise canceling Bluetooth headphones. These are a pretty popular choice right now on Amazon, and overall I would say they are a good value. And there's plenty to like, from the fact that it has a very open 3D-like soundstage, to the fact that they're lightweight, comfortable to wear, and of course you have the ANC functionality at a relatively low cost. So you can learn more details and links down below, but for now that's been our video. These have been the Mixcder E7. Very safe bet if you're looking for solid noise canceling headphones at an affordable price. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews.